Alright guys, so we're going to the movies again because we don't do anything else, clearly. And today we are going to see a movie that we have actually been looking forward to ever since we heard that it was a thing. Sausage Party. The next Seth Rogen movie, which looks fucking weird. Okay, let's talk about this because, let's face it, Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, these guys this is kind of usual fare for them except for the part where it's animated because they're always kind of the guys who have written big comedy movies that occasionally they'll sneak a high concept one in there just to see if it works, like The Interview or Pineapple Express, or This Is the End, just something that's weird. So this is the part, but that's not the interesting part to me. The interesting part to me is the directors. We've got Conrad Vernon, who co-directed Shrek 2 and Madagascar 3, but the other director, if you look at his IMDb page, it's almost exclusively those direct-to-video Thomas the Tank Engine movies that basically come free with most of the toys, I think. It's very much a weird pairing of directors with source material, but ultimately, this looks pretty damn interesting. The animation looks pretty good and everything. The thing is, this whole thing is based off of Seth Rogen's personal love of Disney movies and his idea and just the basic idea of what would happen if a Pixar movie was rated R and was based a little more closely in reality than, say, Toy Story, where everything is bright, everything is great. So it's basically, well, what if a Pixar movie was set in reality? What if we took it a step further and had a Pixar movie set in a reality where everything's not great? About food. So that's what we're going to go see, and we're ready to see a pretty damn fucked up movie. I mean, come on, this movie is good. And I mean, am I the only one who is excited about a brand new Alan Menken song, which I believe is going to have "fuck" said more times in it than almost any other. It's the first CGI R-rated comedy ever. Released theatrically anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all we got to say right now, and we will see you guys after the jump. Yep. Alright guys, we are out. Huh. And that was a really fun movie. It was probably the weirdest thing we have ever paid money to see, and it was really fun. I mean, it gets weird at times. And the ending is especially weird. But, of course, everybody knows that, so we're probably not going to get too deep into it. Well, not the end, and they don't know what the end leads to, but Jesus, fuck. Okay, but let's actually talk about this. So, this is a religious satire movie, which is also a satire of Disney movies. Didn't think that was going to happen, did you? That Seth Rogen was going to write a religious satire movie starring a sausage. Yeah, but there it was, and it was actually pretty funny at times. Now, the animation is pretty good. I mean, honestly, this is Food Fight fully realized. If that, if they hadn't come up with the idea, if there wasn't proof that they had come up with the idea back in 2008, I honestly think Threshold Entertainment probably would come after their asses. Would be coming after their asses right now. Yeah. So because in a lot of ways this is similar to the movie Food Fight, but in other ways it's not. Like, this one is actually watchable and funny, whereas the other one is a complete total train wreck. But let's just keep jumping into it. The Alan Menken song kicks off the movie as kind of the whole crutch of this is a parody of Disney movies. And special call out, the word fuck is in it a couple times. Way more it's practically the hook of the song. Yeah. And then we can talk about the characters. There were a lot of racial caricatures. Here's pretty much everyone who Seth Rogen has ever been in a movie with is in this movie, along with a few extras. Yeah. We got, of course, Seth Rogen as the lead. As a hot dog, he's really good in it. Kristen Wiig as a bun. We got Jonah Hill and Michael Cera are also hot dogs. We got Danny McBride as Honey Mustard. Nick Kroll's a douche. And in this movie, he plays a feminine hygiene product. And let's see. And what else? We got Edward Norton doing a Woody Allen impression as a bagel. David Krumholtz is a... What the fuck is it? I don't know. It's some Middle Eastern food.
Yeah. I hope we didn't offend anybody by saying that, but even the movie doesn't really play up what he is.
But this movie, it's funny. Paul Rudd is in this movie, and you would never know it was him until the credits. James Franco, he's a little more easier to find.
Yeah. It's a little more fucked up. And his parts is probably one of the most fucked up parts of the entire movie.
And it honestly made me laugh though. And the payoff of the entire scene actually honestly made me laugh the hardest.
Yeah.
Though the main reason I didn't laugh particularly hard in this movie was because there were a lot of people who strangely weren't laughing. People walked out of this movie.
Yeah, this is probably the first time we've ever seen people walk out of a theater. And they walked out like... there was like a group of 3 people who walked out like 20 minutes in. Like they didn't know what they were coming in for. What they were coming for.
And... let's see what else. Don't go take your kids to this.
I swear to God, I think there was a kid in the theater. I don't know. I just saw him leaving. I don't know. I just saw somebody who was leaving. I think they were like 9 years old. It was like a 9-year-old kid. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Just don't take your kids to this movie. This is not like Deadpool where you've got a little bit of leeway because it's a superhero movie. It'll be fun. This is fun. You can't just say it's an animated movie. It'll be fun. No.
It will not be fun!
This is not like Killing Joke, where it's basically PG-13 with a little extra blood. This is a real, hard R animated movie.
So, if you think that for a second that you should be taking your kid to see this...
You are wrong. So wrong! Oh, but... I don't know, it's fun. There's Alan Menken song and an attempt to parody Alan Menken songs. There's a bunch of characters. There's a whole supermarket setup is a parody of the world at large. The characters. For his comedy script, the characters are well fleshed out rather than just it being a string of dick jokes.
Yeah, it's and then the scene at the end. Oh God! Oh, I could have got my entire life without seeing something like that.
And yet we knew it was coming, and yet we still paid to see it. This movie is not for the faint of heart.
This will easily offend if you are not into this kind of humor.
The thing is, this is one of those movies that offends everybody. So it's not like everybody's gonna get offended by this. People have been offended by this, by the way. I've read through IMDb reviews, and at least one person gave it shit because it's apparent. Just because it's a religious satire movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's not... But if you don't know what you're going into... But you gotta know what you're getting into when you're going in. It's R-rated animated movie from the guys who brought us Pineapple Express and Superbad. If you don't know that going in, then you should not pay to see the movie.
Because this movie is not...
Because it's not for you.
If you plan on just look, this is not. Look, I'm trying to think of something. I think we've set our piece on the fact that you should not go see this movie unless you want to see a messed up R-rated CGI animated movie.
Yeah.
But if that's what you're in for, go see the movie.
Yeah. Get out there and see this movie.
I can't even necessarily recommend it to Disney fans because honestly, it's not even. It's parodies Disney, but it's a Seth Rogen movie. It just happens to be animated.
Yeah, it's not a parody of Disney. It's not really a parody of the kind of parody that a person who's a fan of this stuff can watch. Because it's not meant for that audience, even remotely for that audience. Like with Spaceballs audience could obviously watch Star Wars, or a person who's a fan of Star Wars can also watch Spaceballs, or a person who's a fan of Rambo could watch Hot Shots Part 2. But I can't see a Disney fan, a huge Disney fan,
like bigger than us, guys who just watch
who love Disney,
who just love Disney and Disney for the fact that it's a family-friendly company and stuff like that. Going to see this because we are huge Disney fans, but this is not.
But this is not even the kind of satire where it's light, where it could just fit right in comfortably with what it's satirizing.
Yes, this is a R-rated parody. I mean, honestly, I think that's pretty much it. All we can say on this is go see it if you want. Go see it if you know what you're getting into. Don't go see it if you don't want to. If you don't really understand that this is going to be an R-rated comedy starring food.
Yeah. But ultimately, there's a lot of funny jokes. Very well animated. The cast is probably one of the most star-studded casts of a movie this summer.
And that's pretty much including Captain America Civil War.
So, with all that in mind, make your decision based on all that.
Yeah. And I guess other than that, this is gonna be a short episode, but it's a short movie.
Yeah. So, I guess until next time, guys. See ya.
See ya.